Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make 3D thumbnails, because I see a lot of you guys making thumbnails that I can clearly tell are just off of Google. So here are how to make your own. So first you want to go onto Steam and download a software called SFM, or Source Filmmaker. So once you get that, you're going to want to go into Browse the Workshop. And my Steam is really buggy right now, sorry guys. So you're going to want to browse the workshop for Fortnite models. So you're just going to type in Fortnite, and I've already got a lot of them added, but any skin that you like or you want, just click add. So say I want Earhart, I'll just click add and it will apply. Okay, so next you're going to want to download what's called a Lightroom. I'm going to leave a link in the description on the video on how to get the Lightroom. I mean the Lightroom. It's really good and it works for SFM. So now you're just going to want to launch the program. Once you've loaded up Source Filmmaker, I don't really change any of these things. I usually just click create. And now you've got your thing open. So now you want to right click where it says no map loaded and click on load map. And now you're just going to want to find your Lightroom right here. Or it should be, just type in Lightroom and it usually comes up. And then it's going to load the map. Okay guys, I know I had it installed, but I couldn't seem to find it, so I chose to go with Night Witch. Just a quick tip for you guys that aren't as experienced with SFM, what you can do is not use models like this, where the faces aren't as detailed, or they have a mask like fish sticks or velocity, and it helps improve your things, because then the faces won't look all wonky. So now you're like, okay, we have our model in, but how do we, first of all, to move, you need to click and like drag, so you can't move unless you're clicking. You need to click whenever you want to move, so right now I'm clicking my mouse button and I'm moving with WASD, and now I'm not clicking it, and as you guys can see in my thing, I can't move. So click and scroll to zoom in and out, and then X and Z are up and down. So now that we've got the basic controls over, I'm going to show you guys how to rotate and do things with our model. So what you want to do is you're going to want to click on under timeline, this one. I think this is the editing thing, but I'm not that good at the actual legitimacy of SFM. And you're going to want to click on your rotate tool. Now you're going to want to go up here where your model is, and we're going to start with the body. So one thing that helps make your models look a little less loose is if you just rotate the spine a bit. It just kind of livens them up a bit and makes them look less stiff. So what I'm going to try and do is make my model kind of shrugging or showing off some thumbnails that I've made, since this is for this video. So I'm going to raise it. Actually, I know what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna have it so that she's holding a piece of paper, which is like a thumbnail. Okay, we're gonna have to Control Z this a bit, boys. Okay. So you're just gonna want to grab the limbs and rotate them. As so. So, I guess the section is not. Okay guys, so now that I have the arms in the position, I'm going to do the fingers. So I'm just going to imagine that there's a piece of paper here, and she's holding it like this. So to get to the fingers, you just go to click on this, and then you get all the finger options. Okay, that looks good. Okay, that looks good. And now we're just going to do the face. So to get to the face, you're going to want to click on unknown. And then all of these, it's different for each model and who makes it, are things like the eyes and stuff. So you can like, it's not as apparent with this one, but you can like roll the eyes back and stuff. Okay, so I've just realized that I can't actually do anything with the face because the mask is a separate entity than the face. So say if I move the jaw, it will move what's under the face, if that makes sense. So the mask and the face are different things, and I can't do anything related to the face without the mask. So now I'm just going to try and move the arms just a little farther apart, just so it looks a little better. And then I'm going to show you guys how to do your lighting. Alright guys, now that I have the arms farther apart, I'm going to show you guys how to do the lighting. So this is actually really easy, but what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click the plus and then create animation set for new light. Now obviously this light is very intense, but all you need to do is go to the intensity and lower or raise it. So I think that looks decent. That's not bad. So now what you can also do for the light is you can change the color. So I can lower this so it's more of a blue light, or I can raise this so it's more of like a turquoise light, if that makes sense. And if you put them all down, it's just kind of no light. So I am going to make it a little more sort of on this color side. And yeah, now I'm going to save this as a poster. So I'm just going to, you just want to get the angle that you would like to have. So I think just this is good. And now to save it, you're going to want to click on the file button, export, and then click poster. And then just click, you can save the actual file. Right now you can just save it. I saved mine as JPEG in 1920 by 1080. And now just put it to where you usually put your models. So, and then name the file. So I'm just going to name this how to make thumbnails or something along those lines. And then we're going to export it. And then this is what our render came out as. Alright guys, now that you have done the render, you should have it in your files section. So I'm just going to open up and make sure it's not awful or nothing went super poorly. So let me just find my folder. There it is. Okay, how to make thumbnails touch it. Okay, so it appears, okay, it worked. So I think this looks good. It's obviously not the greatest thing in the world, but it is in fact what we are looking to do. So it turned out well. And now we will head into our next program, which is called paint.net. So paint.net is available for free. I will have a download link in the description. And I will also have a link for something called bolt bait plugins and a video on how to install it. So, and then you'll need all of these for these steps. So just going to do File, Open, and then you're just going to find your model. And my model is right here. Now that we have this, if your character is primarily white, you might have some problems. But like, and I mean like the color white, not like the skin tone white. But if not, you can easily just select all with a tolerance of like 15% or something along those lines. And just get all the background out of there with your magic wand tool. So you're going to want to, it's this one right here. You're going to want to go to your tools, click on it, select the background, and then just simply press delete. Or you're going to want to shift click on it and it will highlight all of that color and take it out. So now we have all of this out. So now what I'm going to do now is bring in the thumbnail that I'm going to have her hold. So I'm just going to go into my files. And then you're just going to want to copy and paste any image that you want. I liked this thumbnail I made, so I'm just going to copy it, shrink it down, and paste it on a new layer. So to click a new layer, you're going to want to click on this, and then you're good. So now I'm going to click on this tool, select it, and then this will let me move the image in any way I want. But I'm going to hold shift when I drag it, because that way it will always stay the same size. So I'm going to find what I think to be an appropriate size for it to have her hold, and I think that's about good. So now you're thinking, Noel, how are you going to make her hold it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this right here. I know it's a little hard to see because of my overlay. 1 second, boys. Let me turn off display video capture. Okay, so you're going to want to click on this thing here, and then you want to lower the opacity. So once you've got that, you're going to want to go into your original layer and zoom in on the fingers or where you think she would be holding them. And what I'm going to do is take my eraser. I'm going to click on this layer because that's the layer I'm trying to erase. And I'm going to erase all of that layer that her fingers are on. It sounds confusing, but essentially you're erasing this so that way her fingers will show through the image. So, if you wanted to be more precise with it, you could always use a much smaller eraser, but I'm just going to do this for the sake of the video. Okay. And I think that's good. Okay, we scuffed a little, but that's fine right here. And now if we zoom out, okay, that's kind of a major scuff, so what I'm just going to do is just a quick fix. Where are my colors? Oh, there they are. Is I'm just going to select this color. A really small brush. And go over it. Now it's pretty unnoticeable. So now we're just going to do the same thing with the second hand. So, visibility goes down. Zoom in. Eraser. Slightly smaller size this time. And erase the fingers. Or anywhere where you need to erase it. Okay, so we finished, and now we've got our character holding the thumbnail. So I think this looks really good right now. So what we're going to do is I'm going to add, to mimic the lighting on our current character, I'm going to click on Photo, and then I'm going to click on Glow. Effects, Photo, Glow. And I'm just going to turn that brightness a little bit up just to mimic the lighting that's already on our character. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge the layer down with this button. So now they're the same thing. And I am actually going to enlarge it a little. Just because I think that the subject of the thumbnail should be a little bigger. Now, you can do this optionally. If you want to give an outline to your character, you're going to click Effects, Object, Outline Object, which is right here. And I'm just going to use black. And I'm going to make it a very large radius, but not a very strong outline. And I'm actually going to use yellow. So now that we've got all this, we need to add our background. So what we're going to do, and this is my favorite way to get backgrounds other than taking screenshots from in-game. So you're just going to want to open Google Chrome. Okay guys, now that we're in Google Chrome, what I'm going to search up is Fortnite Cinematics Pack. And it's this one right here. So these are free cinematics, but we won't actually be using the cinematics. The creator of this is also included in the Google Drive folder. A nice little package for us to take clips for backgrounds and thumbnails. So you're just going to want to go to this video right here. I'll also put the link in the description. And you just want to go to the Google Drive, find the folder that says, so Google Drive link right here. And you're going to want to find the folder that's called thumbnails or backgrounds. Now you're just going to want to find one you like. Okay, so after you've downloaded it, locate it on your computer, copy it, and then create a new layer and paste it. And then just say keep canvas size, and you can either leave it as what it is or expand it so that it's rescaled to the size you want it. Now what I always do is blur my backgrounds. So click blur, motion blur, and I always like to add a little bit of motion blur. And then if there's anything else you want to do, you can do like effects, and then just play around with things like these flames, except that's a little, you know, heavy duty and a little eyesore. But there's a lot of things you can do that would definitely work in a way that would make it look very aesthetically pleasing. Alright guys, the last step is adding shading to your thumbnail. So what you're going to want to do is create a new layer and turn down the opacity on the layer. So now you're just going to want to have it white. And then you're going to want to make it go into something that's like black. And then you're just going to want to make the gradient go across. Like that. And I actually really like how this looks. So yeah, I'll see you guys. And then this is the last step for you guys. Maybe a little more white. Yeah, that's good. So once you guys have added shading and you're happy with it, you can adjust the opacity and stuff. But I think right here is good. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you guys learned how to make good professional thumbnails for your YouTube channel. Bye.